Fishermen have been feeling the impact of climate change, and in Massachusetts, the fishing industry is leading the way with solutions for fuel efficiency and energy reductions. The statewide initiative, Energy Efficient Fisheries, is helping the owners and operators of fishing vessels in shore-based businesses in Massachusetts save money and adopt efficient technology. Chandler Kemp, an energy efficiency expert, was in Gloucester working with the fishing fleet and talked about the project, new technologies, and methods that the commercial fishing industry can adopt to be more efficient.
I'm professor of sustainable energy, and I also have a small business called Kemp Energetics that provides energy efficiency services. So I'm here in Gloucester to help the Energy Efficient Fisheries project. That is a congressionally funded project in Massachusetts that aims to first establish a baseline of how the fishing fleet uses energy, as well as shoreside processing facilities. And then by looking at that baseline of energy consumption, identify opportunities to reduce fuel consumption through efficiency measures or alternative energy systems on the boats. And so I'm here in Gloucester today, working with a few fishermen here, but I also plan to be working in New Bedford and Scituate and other fishing ports throughout the state. Fishermen face challenges on many different fronts. Changes in fish stocks, changes in fish distribution, and in some cases, dramatic declines in the availability of fish. One of the things that I've really admired about the fishermen that I've worked with is their persistence and their ability to overcome challenges, coupled with their deep understanding and appreciation for the ocean that they depend on. Fishermen are really at the front lines of climate change as people that rely on wild resource for their livelihood. As the climate is changing and affecting the populations of fish and distributions of fish, fishermen are really bearing a disproportionate burden from those changes. And for many fishermen, that's particular motivation to do what they can to reduce their own emissions. Even if the emissions from fisheries in the US are a small fraction of the national emissions profile, there's a lot of motivation within the industry to do what it can. And so this project, I think, is a reflection of that motivation. This is a project that's led by fishermen, led by the industry, and is striving to take action to demonstrate and lead by example in the ways that we can work together to develop innovative solutions that allow people to keep their livelihoods while reducing their emissions and reducing their own contributions to climate change. The project relies on deep participation from fishermen, making their boats available to install the data logger. That's a big act of trust by fishermen to invite people with this project onto their boats to install the data loggers and record information about their fishing practices. Fishermen's participation is so critical to the project, and also it takes a significant investment of their time to make this work. All fishermen who participate also are eligible to receive a stipend from the Energy Efficient Fisheries project. One of the purposes of the EEF project is to determine which energy efficiency measures might be most effective. And that will be based on the data that we collect in this first stage of the project. Some of those ideas include automated systems for cleaning the hulls, because the difference in drag between a clean hull and a hull that has biofouling or mussels and seaweed growing on it can be very significant. And we might also consider introducing some electrical energy storage systems onto the boats, so battery systems on the boats that might allow the vessels to operate with their engines off for some amount of time. This project fits into a broader network of energy efficiency and fisheries projects that are happening around the world. I'm based in Alaska, and there we started with a similar project in 2015 that first logged energy consumption patterns on fishing boats. In Nova Scotia, there's been investment looking at hybrid and electric propulsion systems for lobster boats, specifically lobster boats that are fishing very close to their home port. And they piloted the first hybrid diesel-electric fishing boat coming up on 10 years ago. For many people, the incentives for energy efficiency in fishing are really well aligned. Fishermen want to reduce fuel consumption to do their part to reduce emissions, and also diesel fuel is very expensive. At the state and federal levels, there's aligned incentives to try to reduce fuel consumption, reduce emissions, support stronger local economies. And there's a variety of steps that we can take to get there. Like the first step, I think, are efficiency measures that have relatively small impacts on the operations of fishermen, but can save some fuel on the order of the 10 to 30% sort of fuel saving scale. And these are things like making it easier to maintain a clean hull and installing efficient engines. But looking forward, there's also a lot of interest in alternative energy storage systems. So rather than relying on diesel to store all the energy on a boat, having batteries or something else that can store electricity that's produced from renewable resources on shore. It's really exciting to see how the knowledge that people are gaining and developing and exploring ways to reduce emissions from fisheries in one state is being shared with other states. And so I'm grateful that this project is going to benefit not only people in Massachusetts, but also fishermen from other parts of the country and other parts of the world who are working on similar problems.
Find out how your business can save money and become more sustainable with help from Energy Efficient Fisheries. To learn more, go to energyefficient.fish or call 617-380-4741.